Welcome back to Perspective Z, your favorite generational podcast. I'm Katrina.
I'm Rachel, and boy, do we have subjects to discuss this evening.
And yes, this evening, because it's
9:30 Rachel's time.
And 8:30 p.m. Not as bad for Katrina, but... So, we'll see how fun this episode is, because usually when we record later in the day, then either we are exhausted, or it's very hyper, or it's like a mixture of both of those. Like, one of us is super tired. Yeah. One of us is really tired, and the other one is, like, super hyper and energetic, or it's, like, both are... So, I guess we'll see.
Speaking of hyper, you know who I get to see in 2 days? Harper! Harper.
I thought you were gonna say, like, hyper and talk about your dog, but then you were like, see her in 2 days, and I was like, it's Harper.
I mean, I'm actually sad because I leave in, like, a day, and then I won't see Sky for 2 weeks.
Aww.
That's Sky_the_pirate on Instagram. Sky is SKYE. I will be posting a lot while I'm gone because it makes me feel better when I'm not around her. That's why I normally post while I'm at school, because I'm thinking about her. And if that just doesn't show you how much I love my dog, I don't know what will. Other than I had a literal anxiety dream that I lost her. Like, I woke up freaking out because I didn't know where she was.
That's so sad. I would cry.
Yeah. But anyway, Harper, she lost a shoe at daycare. And I don't mean she, like, put it in the toy bin. I mean the daycare workers cannot find her shoe, and they're pretty sure she threw it away. So, that's my news.
She said these shoes are trash.
No, it was only the one shoe.
Just
she kept
the one shoe.
Yeah, I think it's trend
She's trying to be Cinderella.
Honestly.
She's like, this is how fairy tales work. If I just chuck my shoe somewhere they can't find it, my one true love will find it eventually.
Basically. Whatever, she's crazy. But really cute.
She is really cute.
Cute and snuggly. When she wants to be. Which is not often. Anyway. Speaking of Harper, what's your favorite thing this week? Because my favorite thing this week kind of has to do with her. So it's kind of a transition.
Kind of a transition. We tried. My favorite thing, I have two this week because Rachel usually does. Well, not usually, but sometimes does too, and I can't remember the last time I did two, so I decided to do two because I could come up with two, which is interesting because I barely sometimes come up with one. Anyway, my favorite things this week are 1, practicing piano, and 2, baking cookies. And, practicing piano, you could be like, hey, Katrina, I thought you played the violin. Every time you mention that you play the violin, you're like, what? You play the violin? Yes, I do still play the violin, but, we got my second semester schedule fixed, because I had a see counselor thing, and I was gonna go in to see my counselor about it, but then my counselor, like, the water pipes broke under the school, so nobody came because the water wasn't working, and so he just went through, like, the people who he had scheduled, and he fixed mine. So I'm taking piano next semester, and I was kind of, like, working on learning this AJR song on the piano anyway, and so I'm just I like the piano. It's so pretty.
So if you want to know why I just aggressively smacked my computer, it's because it's decided, part of the reason I need a new computer, the headphone jack, like, doesn't work, and sometimes the sound just decides not to work, and other times it decides to get really, really loud randomly and staticky, and the only way I found to fix it is, like, smacking my hand down. I think it's, like, a loose wire or something.
Oh, that's so weird.
Yeah, and it just started not that long ago. So, like, I smack my hand down, and it moves the wire or whatever, and it normally fixes itself. It did this time. So that's
good.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then my second favorite thing is baking cookies because this week is finals week for me. I know this episode is going up the day before New Year's Eve, but right now it is right before the last day of finals, and I have orchestra, which we're having a potluck in that class.
Ooh.
And so I signed up to bring cookies because I knew that I'd be so stressed about finals and that anxiety baking would help me calm down, and so I decided to sign up to bake cookies for my orchestra class, and I didn't burn anything, and I did it all by myself. So
I'm even more proud of you.
First last week with the hot chocolate, and I made it myself and didn't burn anything, and everybody was asleep. And now everybody was awake, but I still did everything by myself and didn't burn anything. So
I'm so proud. You're learning. You may be able to survive at college. Because guess what?
What?
You only have one more year before you go to college.
No! Stop
It's okay.
it!
The sophomores and juniors had to sign up for their next year's classes. And we have like this homeroom. It's called Advisory. We meet there once a week for literally 12 minutes. But this time they made it like extra long, so all of our other classes were shorter. It was weird. But they made it like over half an hour so that the sophomores and juniors could register for classes. And the seniors all just kind of sat there. So we were all hating on the sophomores and juniors. And we were supposed to be doing like a scholarship search, but no one wants to because that's all we've been doing. So yeah, we just sat there and watched the B movie.
Quality entertainment.
We've been working through it all semester because it's 12 minutes of advisory. And normally it takes a few minutes to like get it up and going, especially if we have to do something on our computers. So we just watch like little snippets of the B movie every Wednesday. It's fantastic.
That sounds great, honestly.
This is what happens in senior advisory. Because there's nothing for us to do. Advisory is primarily to get you ready for the next year. And
since you're a senior.
Since we're seniors, they can't help us all get ready for our individual colleges and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's fantastic.
That would be crazy.
Yes.
We watched Lilo and Stitch in my interior design class, and I cried in the middle of class, and I never talked to anybody in that class, and I started crying because when Stitch just goes, "I'm lost," every single time I just bawl, and what a good movie. Anyway, what's your favorite thing this week?
My favorite thing this week is getting ready for vacation, but it's also my least favorite thing, but it's also, like, productive. That's the thing. It makes me feel productive, because I have, like, a list of things I need to get done before I go out of town on Friday, and it's very nice to just, like, check off. Like, getting my hair done, or cut, was something that's been on the list for months, but we finally got it done, so I gotta mark that off. Getting our toes done wasn't, like, a required thing, but it's fun if you're, like, going to the beach or Florida or, you know, wherever where you're gonna be wearing sandals. It's nice to have your toes did. I got my eyebrows waxed, which that one was a need. I get a unibrow if we don't wax them regularly enough, and so, like, I was actually made fun of in elementary school, and kids called me unibrow. And I had, like, my front tooth was, like, snaggled, because I chipped it and then it turned. So yeah, people would call me Snaggletooth. People thought I was a literal witch in elementary school because I had a unibrow and a snaggletooth. So be nice to kids.
Please
they
be nice
remember
to
it
kids. Yeah.
8 years later.
Kids are the worst, honestly.
Honestly.
I say as my nickname is Kidsy.
Literally, kids. With a
Kids
Z.
is the worst, honestly.
I would like to point out, I haven't done my question of the day. Do you want to do it with me?
Yes.
What do you like to talk about?
Everything I've ever talked about just flew out of my head.
Right? Mine flew out of my head until I realized all I've been talking about lately is Virginia Tech, and I say that, and you're like, I get it, because you just got in. But I literally get chills when I talk about how cool it was for me to be on campus, and people are like, so why did you like tech? And I'm just like, I start describing all the reasons it, like, just felt right, and I got chills in the middle of class, and I was like, well, if that doesn't prove that it's right choice for me, what will?
Very fair. Also, hasn't been officially announced on the podcast now that episode didn't go up. So
right, I got
Rachel's going to Virginia Tech, and I think she actually paid. Yeah, she paid the fee. So now she's officially, she accepted the offer. I don't know how colleges work.
So you get an offer, but then to accept the offer, you have to pay the college money.
Stupid. It's
literally welcome to college. Give us money. We love.
No.
So anything, anyway, what do you like to talk about?
I'm
talking really loudly for some reason. I don't know why, and I don't like it. I'm gonna stop.
I'd have to, probably The Sims, honestly, because...
Oh my gosh, yes, that's true.
Yeah, I talk about The Sims a lot, and when I have a conversation with somebody about The Sims, because I recently got one of my best friends, like, addicted to The Sims. And, like, she plays it all the time now and sends me Snapchats with updates of how her Sims are doing.
Oh
and it's so much fun because I used to send her Snapchats of, like, updates because I went over and I was playing it at her house once and she was like, oh, that looks cool. And then I was, like, talking her through it and everything. And then when it went on sale for, like, Black Friday and everything, I was like, hey, it's on sale. And now she's been playing it, like, nonstop. And I'm so happy. But
yeah, I would say yours is The Sims.
Yeah, mine is either The Sims or John Mulaney sketches because every single time someone says something that, like, remotely reminds me of a John Mulaney sketch, I'm like, hey, that's a John Mulaney sketch. And my dad and my brother can attest to this because, like, every single time I make a joke and I'm like, that's actually a John Mulaney bit. It's an issue, but I love John Mulaney.
I would say you also can go on and on about Hufflepuff.
Yeah.
You can go on and on about, like, Disney. Yeah, you're getting the scarf out.
Yay.
Oh, that was fast.
Yeah,
it wasn't in the drawer, was it?
I organized... No, it wasn't in the drawer. I just have it organized. I organized my drawer and organized my closet. I color-coded my closet instead of writing my AP Lang essay.
That's a mood.
But I'm writing it after this because I am good at planning things. But it's just like it's a edit of the essay, so it's not going to take as long as actually writing the essay, so.
So I'm going to send you the screenshot I just took of you with the scarf just, like, on your head. You're just chilling.
Just chilling? Yeah, I want to see.
I am going to send it to you. Yeah, but I thought that was really funny. Then I was just like, oh, Katrina, I love you. And it's actually perfect because your facial expression is a face you would make if I told you to, like, smile for it. So I sent it in Skype messages.
Oh, cute.
We love, honestly.
And my bed doesn't look like garbage this time. Like, the past 2 episodes, my bed has been, like, so messy because I've been organizing everything. But
only
since
the past episode.
I mean,
all right.
Yeah.
Should I spill the tea on why we couldn't post?
Sure.
I was cleaning my hard drive. Like, I was going through and deleting things. I may or may not have accidentally deleted my half of the episode.
And it was right after we had recorded the holiday episode, and so she just goes like, hey, Katrina? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, I don't think we'll be able to post tomorrow. And I'm like, why? And she was like, I deleted the part that I had. And I was like, oh, I can just send mine over, because I thought she was talking about, like, she had brought mine in. And I'm like, oh, I still have it saved on my computer. I can still send it to you. And she's like, no, I deleted my part. And I was like, that's an issue. Because I don't want to upload my half of the conversation. Because
your brother wanted that.
Yeah, my brother and my dad were both like, just have her upload your side of the conversation. And I'm like, I would rather not sound like even more of a psychopath than I usually do.
Honestly, I kind of want to listen to your half, but I also kind of don't, because there will be a lot of long pauses where I'm talking, and I have to cut those out, and that would just be a lot of work for me. Hey, but maybe if you go join our Patreon.
Ooh, exclusive content.
Exclusive content.
Our first piece of exclusive content, because we never really have exclusive content, because you can't.
It's hard to make exclusive content.
Yeah, because if you, especially when you're like a teenager that has school and extracurriculars and like vacations and everything to plan around, because like if podcasting is your job, I don't know if that's a thing, but if podcasting is your job, then like that's all you do all day, so you can make more content for it. But like the things that we couldn't do an unedited thing, because the things we edit out are for a reason for this podcast.
Yeah, like our hometowns or like other private informations.
Yeah, so it's
or when we get off on a tangent and like talk about people. Not that we'd ever do that.
Not that we talk about people.
Like, that one's not very often. It's more the safety location thing.
Yeah, more the safety thing, because we can't do
like when I say Katrina lives in
blank.
Katrina lives in beep. Let me just pull up your address and start reading that out.
No thank you.
I mean, you could also do the same to me.
I mean, yeah, but you're the one that has the power to edit it out.
This is true. Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day. You have to have a lot of trust in me to trust me to edit every week. It's like, you have to trust that I'm not gonna make you sound terrible. Hufflepuff, there we go. Yep, that makes sense.
But also, I'm a Slytherin.
But also, I'm a Slytherin, but also Slytherins protect Hufflepuff, so I guess it kind of evens out.
I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I've been trying to make a sound every time I do, like, a huge smile. Like,
I've noticed.
Picture the smile that, like, a 5-year-old does when they don't know that smiling isn't just showing your teeth. That's what I do.
I was gonna say when they find out they can have ice cream or something, but you're like, no.
Every time you hear, ee, that's probably, or something like that, that's probably what I'm doing, because that... Yeah. I took this picture with my dad because we were shopping at Target. I don't remember why, but it was right after we got back from Frozen 2. It was right after the Olaf thing where it was like Olaf is 5 feet tall or whatever. So
I call falsities. That's what I call.
Yeah, but it was right after because I think we talked about that on an episode.
I think we did, yeah. No, we definitely did.
We did. And so, it was right after we had recorded that episode, and we were at Target, and we saw this Olaf plush toy, and I'm gonna text it to you right now, but my dad took a picture of me with it, and I look like a 5-year-old that doesn't know how to smile yet, and it's
oh my gosh, I love that.
I sent it to one of my friends, and then he, like, posted it in all of the group chats he's in with me, and he's like, look at my best friend, and I'm like,
oh no!
Stop!
So, Katrina, we've been recording for 20 minutes, and I still don't know what your favorite song is this week.
We've been talking about tangents.
Us get on tangents? Never.
Never. My favorite song, I just like discovered it. I don't remember how I found it. I don't know if it was like the background song of a TikTok my cousin sent me, or if it was just on my Discover Weekly for Spotify, or like what it was. But the song is Prom Dress by mxmtoon, and it's like, it's a song about like going to prom as an introvert and like kind of wanting to hang out with people, and but also like not really, and kind of just like, because the chorus is like, I'm sitting here crying in my prom dress, and I'm like,
I think
if that ain't me. Yeah, it's a really good song. I like it, at least, and I've only heard it like a couple times, because this song was originally the song that was my favorite song last episode that we recorded, which I still added to the Spotify playlist. So both me and Rachel's songs from the week that we didn't have an episode are still posted in the playlist, but mine last week was Sunflower Volume 6 from Harry Styles' new album, Fine Line. And I was
Mine was Hey Look Ma, I Made It by Panic at the Disco.
Yeah. And I was originally gonna just keep it like that, and then I heard this song and I was like, why would I do the same song if I could just, like, add it to the playlist and then do this one now? Because new music is cool. Like, I like finding new music. It's weird.
Yeah,
Anyways,
I feel that.
What's your favorite song this week?
My favorite song this week is also a new-ish song. See You Through My Eyes by Head in the Heart. I was actually uploading it for radio, and I heard it, and I was like, I don't hate this. And I hate about 50% of the songs I have to upload for radio, because to upload them, you have to play the entire song, like, to record it. So, like, I was listening to this one, and I was like, it's not awful. I can deal with this.
It's not awful, Rachel, 2019.
Barely 2019. When this comes out, it will be 1 day-ish before. 2 days.
'Cause it's the 30th.
Right. So if you don't count the 30th, it'll be 1 day until 2020. A new decade, Katrina. Let that sink in.
I don't need this pressure.
And you know what happens in that new decade?
Stop.
You'll not only graduate high school, you'll probably go to college and then graduate college. So, love you. I love you.
Love you too.
What else should we talk about this week?
Before we talk about trending, I think we should remind people. I know we reminded you last week during the holiday episode, but if you haven't filled out our survey yet, it will be in the description below. But it's just a super quick, like, 5-minute thing where we're just trying to get your feedback, what you like about the podcast, what isn't your favorite thing about the podcast, like, what, if anything, you want us to, like...
Can I tell you my favorite thing about the podcast?
What is your favorite thing about the podcast?
My favorite thing about the podcast is you. I love you!
I thought you were going to say the BuzzFeed quiz. That threw me off. Aww.
That's my second favorite thing in the podcast. I love you.
I love you too. But if you wanna go fill that out, it, like, takes less than 5 minutes usually. Like, the average time it takes for the people that have taken it is like 2 or 3 minutes. So if you just wanna do that, then it's 9 questions. It really helps us out. We appreciate your feedback. Cheers to the new year. I don't know.
We very much appreciate it.
Yes. Alright, now that that's out of the way, what do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about Twitter trending.
Twitter trending? Alright.
Yeah.
Alright, the first thing that I saw trending on Twitter is that Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You hits #1 on Hot 100. And the fact that that song came out, like, is it 10 years ago? Or is it longer than that?
It's been a hot minute.
Yeah. But, like, it came out, let's see. It came out in 1994, so it's been longer than that. So that's like 30, no.
That is many.
It's been a while, and the fact that it's still getting, like, the top of the trending because of how iconic it is, honestly, legendary.
We love.
2019 minus 1994. That's 25 years, not 35 years. Oh, I can do math. Also, speaking of math, I barely got an A in calculus because I got like, the cutoff for an A is legitimately, like, an 89.9, and that's what I got.
I'm so proud
in
of
the
you.
class. So, yikes. But I did really good on the final, and I didn't think that I would. Anyway, that's going off on a tangent, and we've been recording for a while, and we don't have time for that. But also, tangents are fun.
Tangents are fun. We go on them quite a bit.
Quite a bit.
What is the next trending?
The next thing that I saw trending was a Twitter moment titled "The 100 Memes That Defined the 2010s." And I don't think I went through this by myself. But it's a link to a BuzzFeed article.
Oh, this took them like several days to put together and is a lot of words.
A lot of words?
Mm-hmm.
It's not just like 100 of the...
No.
Remember the yodeling Walmart kid? That was wild.
Oh my gosh. I forgot about that.
And he's like making actual music, isn't he?
I think so. Good for him. Good for Yodel Boy.
Is he Gen Z or is he Gen Alpha?
Oh. He
Hang on.
might be border.
Yeah, let me check.
I bet he's borderline.
Mason Ramsey. I don't know how I know his name off the spot. He was born in 2006. He looks so much younger than 13 years old. Holy cow.
Born in 2006? So I guess he is.
He is Gen Z, but he is borderline.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like 2009 is when the cutoff is, or whatever.
He won't be in as much of a gap as our ages, though.
Yeah.
We love a good old gap.
Remember last year when everyone was talking about those, like, Shaggy memes?
No.
Oh, you didn't get those? Oh, boy.
I'm scared now.
You should be. They were... So, you know the, like, Scooby-Doo live-action movie, right?
Yes.
So, basically, this time last year, or, like, right after you came back from break... from like holiday break or whatever, but that's when these memes were resurfacing, or not resurfacing, but basically it was just talking about how the actor of Shaggy in the live action Scooby-Doo movies, like, basically, I don't know if this was actually said in the interviews or if someone just came up with this, but honestly, so basically what it says is, I don't actually remember filming any scenes. Once the cameras started rolling, I would black out as the spirit of Shaggy possessed my mortal body once again. And it was just so many memes like that, like, do you ever flex on people and let Shaggy control 1% of your power and destroy the universe? It's so weird.
All right, so what's trending on YouTube?
I didn't even get that far down. I don't even think that was on the list. I just remembered it.
So YouTube.
So YouTube. I'd want to avoid that too, because honestly, when that came out, I was like, is this really a thing that's happening? Anyway, the first video that I saw that was trending on YouTube was a Mark Rober video, and I saw the original video of this when it came out, but
Same.
I saw it when it was before it was cool.
Ooh.
But basically, the video title is Porch Pirate versus Glitter Bomb Trap 2.0. And basically, since it's around the holiday season, Mark Rober was talking about, like, package thefts and how, like, people keep stealing things off of people's porches and all that. And how he devised this, like, scientific, like, thing that looked like a package. And then when...
Decoy. The word you're looking for is decoy.
That's a word. But basically, he created a decoy package that would, like, film the reaction of the person that stole the package off of the porch and like play sounds from it and like basically try and scare the person from stealing the package or whatever. At least that's what I remember from it. But basically him and the star of Home Alone, Macaulay Culkin, they teamed up for this sequel video that recently came out to make an even better one. And honestly, it's iconic.
All right. So I'll definitely make sure that one makes it into the description so everyone can give it.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to explain. He does a good job of explaining it because he's like an ex-NASA astronaut and knows how to like explain scientific things better than a teenage girl that is barely passing her physics class. I'm kidding. I'm not barely passing. I just
physics
don't
is
like
math,
the class.
and I hate it. Anyway, what else is trending? I'm sleepy.
Me too. The next video that I saw trending was the Try Guys cook bagels without a recipe. And let me tell you, I love these videos, the without a recipe videos.
And
they're
they have a whole
so
series
funny.
of them coming.
Yeah, they have a whole series of them coming like every Saturday. I think they release a new one every Saturday in December. But they're so fun to watch, and it's so basically if you don't follow the Try Guys or like their videos or anything, well, it's kind of self-explanatory, but basically they're given like, sorry, I hit my mic. They're given a food like bagels or cookies or bread or anything like that, and they have to try and cook that thing without a recipe. Like the ingredients, well, a lot of ingredients are laid out in front of them, and they have to try and find the right mixture. And like
Eugene adds a lot of alcohol
because
no matter what
Eugene,
it is he's making.
Yeah. Even though one of the kids was like one of the judges for this last video was like a 7-year-old.
Yeah, but they determined that his mommy said it was okay, and B, when you boil alcohol,
bagels, yeah, because you boil bagels, and since he was boiling it, then all of the alcohol would have come out anyways. But it's just really funny to watch because I'm not a very experienced baker, as Rachel says that she's proud of me when I make one dozen cookies without hurting myself. But like it's really funny to see because everybody is like, oh, everybody has to know how to cook, and like you should know how to cook, but most people know how to cook with a recipe, and so when you take that away, it's just kind of funny to see what people come up with.
I agree. I hope you can hear Sky barking right now.
I can't.
Aww.
Oh, now I can't.
Oh, yeah, she stopped for a second, but she's having a conversation, apparently. Alright. Should we answer some listener questions?
Yeah, we should.
Because we have a lot of listener questions. Yes.
Because we combined the ones from last week with the ones that we asked for this episode. And so we have a lot, and you guys are great, and thank you for asking questions, but now we have a lot to get through, so let's get going.
All right, our first question is from Emily Hoffman, and she says, you ready for Christmas break?
Yes.
See, this episode will now be going up during Christmas break, but yes.
Yes.
And her next question is, monthly check-in time. How's school going? Your grades good? You doing okay? Have enough coffee? Not procrastinating too much? Honey, I'm always procrastinating. And that wasn't meant to be a creepy old man saying honey. I just say honey sometimes. If you're uncomfortable with that, DM me and I'll make a mental note. School is...
It's going.
Senioritis.
My last finals are tomorrow.
Congrats.
So I'm
Thriving.
pumped for those to be done and over with so I don't have to stress about them. Because, like, I was in a good groove with school, and then when finals came around, I just, like, started declining and losing it. And so I'm hoping that doesn't happen next semester, but, like, check in with me next semester, because that will probably be happening again because it's me. But, yeah. Your grades good, Rachel?
My grades are good, yeah. I never have enough coffee. Never.
See, I don't have coffee as much as you, but
I love coffee.
I know you do.
I call it happy juice.
Happy juice.
Which is like what some people call alcohol. Like,
Oh.
I need that happy juice first thing in the morning, and I'm talking about bean water.
Not a beverage that you are not allowed to consume legally.
Yes. What's our next question?
Our next set of questions, I guess, is from Kane I. And they ask, can you destroy a percentage of the standardized tests I have to take?
I personally don't have the power, but I just so happen to know a supreme ruler, so I'll pass the message along for you.
Hoomst?
Pickles.
Oh, yeah. That's who my mind jumped to, and then I was like, wait, because that was an old nickname.
Yeah, it was old.
Yeah.
I think it's been over a year at this point.
Yeah, probably longer.
Next question.
Next question is potatoes or oranges? Also from Kenai.
Someone was eating an orange in class the other day, but it was a clementine, so it just smelled so good. And I was like, oh my gosh, I need to be in Florida. Because that just smells like summer. Like that,
Yeah.
you know, someone peeling it and the juice sprays in the air and you're like, oh, refreshing. Ah, it's so good. So I'm going to go with oranges because I love potatoes. We know this, but like, I'm in a summer mood right now.
Yeah. I'm also gonna go with oranges because I feel like it's this point in the holiday season where you've had so many like mashed potatoes or like different kinds of potatoes and you're kind of just like, okay, I get it. It's a potato.
It's a potato.
Thanks. And so I'm gonna go with oranges as well because I just love
Fruit.
I love fruit.
Yes. What's
And
our next question
bread.
from Kenai?
Our next question from Kenai is, what is the square root of pi?
Square root of pi is square root of pi. Like, that's as specific as I can get.
1.772453855091.
I don't like you. Kidding, I love you. Love you the mostest.
I just Googled it.
Oh, okay. It's like,
I didn't know that off the top of my
I
head.
was like, are you one of those people that has the first 30 digits of pi memorized?
Which I kind of do.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, since I was 3 years old, my dad has been showing me this video every March 14th, which is Pi Day, and it's American Pie, that song, but it's the lyrics are replaced with the digits of pi. So by the age of 3, I knew like the first 30 digits.
All right, so Bryson679200159 asks, what scores did you get on your PSATs or SATs? And I'm not going to say mine because scores don't define you as a person, and it took me a long time to get comfortable with my scores and stop comparing myself to others. Also, I'm in the Midwest, so we don't take the SAT. We take the ACT.
Yeah,
Anyway, Katrina.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to say mine either because that would take work. What are you looking at pictures of, Rachel?
I'm currently scrolling through the BuzzFeed quiz.
I just saw, like, in your glasses reflection, I just saw, like, all of these images scrolling past, and I was like, Rachel, are you good?
I'm doing
but
swell.
I'm not gonna say mine specifically either, but it's good enough for me to graduate high school.
Hey, mine were good enough for me to get into Virginia Tech, so, like, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
You don't need that high of a score to get into Virginia Tech, so that's not revealing much.
And you don't... If this was you trying to see if you're, like, as smart or smarter, this is all in quotes, this is not me saying this, but, like, as smart or smarter or, like, less smart than us, then don't
standardized tests don't define your intelligence.
Yeah.
They just define your ability to take stupid tests.
Retweet. So, be comfortable with your score. We'll be comfortable with our scores that we are not disclosing currently. But, yeah. I also haven't taken the SAT yet, so...
Alright, our next question, also from Bryson67920159, is, what's your favorite TV show and movie? My favorite TV show is NCIS, the original, not any of the spin-offs. And my favorite movie right now, the new Aladdin. I really like it.
I know you do.
I, like, really like it.
My favorite TV show... Either Hannah Montana or High School Musical, the musical, the series. Because I'm 5 years old.
I know.
Like, I've been rewatching Hannah Montana, and it's not, like, the highest quality of television, but the nostalgia just, like... Because I remember, like, I don't know if you remember these, but they had, like, books of, like, some of the episodes. And I haven't necessarily seen all of these episodes before, but I have at least read all of these episodes. And so, like, when it comes to an episode where I've read the book instead of, like, actually watching it, then it's, like, it's weird, but...
It's like a weird deja vu feeling.
Yeah, it's a deja vu feeling because I know what's gonna happen. But I haven't, like, seen it. But, yeah. And movie... Oh, I almost said something about trailers, but we're not going there.
We don't talk about trailers in this house. Sky agrees.
In different houses, Rachel.
This house is Rachel, and then Sky immediately barked, so... I'm not saying my dog is on my side, but I'm not saying my dog is on my side.
Favorite movie currently... I know somebody asked me this recently, and I, like, went through a bunch of movies, and I was like, oh, this one's really good.
Sky, knock it off. Think of your favorite movie while I parent.
Think of my favorite movie. I don't want to, like, say the same thing that I've said, like, all the time, but, like, I might just say that because it's a good movie. Oh, I know what it is. I'm gonna say that my favorite movie... I haven't watched it in a while. I should watch it again. But Now You See Me, and Now You See Me Too. I honestly, it's been a while since I've seen the movies, but so I don't know if I like the first one or the second one more. But just the whole, like, I say series, but it's just those two books. So it's like books, movies. I can English, I promise. But probably those. They're not movies that I hear talked about a lot, but basically it's this group of magicians that are, like, basically Robin Hooding and, like, stealing from the rich and giving to the poor. It's really cool. You should check it out if you can. It's called Now You See Me, and that's what my favorite movie is.
You took all of that time to decide?
Well, I left you a message for when you're editing.
Okay.
And then
I was gonna say, Katrina, I was able to go all the way to the basement, get a water bottle, and come back up.
And then I had to make a decision because I almost said a different movie. And then I came up with it, and then I was trying to fill the space so it wasn't just an awkward pause that you had to edit out. So I was trying to describe it, and that's when you came in.
I mean, quite honestly, the awkward pauses are easier to edit out.
So I should have just shut up.
No, you should never just shut up. But I like hearing your thoughts, because it's just kind of like stream of consciousness, Katrina
because
talking.
I have no, like, point A to point B. It's just all over the place. It's spaghetti!
Alright, what's our next question?
Our next question is from @SuperZanQ, the one that called me a boomer. Anyway, he used a cute
dog GIF, so he used a cute dog GIF, so it's fine.
And his question is, what is your favorite gingerbread trash can that you have seen?
Hanukkah.
Did you see what I did?
Yes, you pointed to yourself. You are not trash! I will fight you on that.
Forky is such a relatable character. See, this isn't even me thinking that I'm trash. It's just, I'm so used to saying it at this point, and every time I say it, my mom's like, Katrina, you're not trash. And I'm like, I know, I'm just saying it out of, it's like my instinct peace signs that get me in trouble sometimes, especially when I'm holding something with my pointer finger, and then I try and throw up a peace sign, then accidentally end up flipping off my dad. Sorry, Dad. That was like a while ago, but I was just reading through some old... I remember you being like,
Rachel, I just flipped off my dad.
Yeah, I was reading through, I think it was the message history in our group chat with Tori, and I was just like, because I was trying to find when we discussed something, and one of the words that I said in that, like, discussion also popped up in that thing, and I was like, hey, remember when I accidentally flipped off my dad? And he might not remember, but it was a scarring moment for me. Well, not scarring, but
kind of
anyway.
Like telling my pastor he looked like he was half a decade old.
Oh, yeah.
Some things you don't get over. Easy Woozle, ask if money I said ask instead of asked. Asked if money was no object, what present would you like to give each other this Christmas? Plane tickets?
Yes.
Not plane tickets to see me, just plane tickets anyway. Actually, if you could get me a present if money was no object, please get us both tickets to London. Please and thanks.
Yeah, that would be so dope. Also, I haven't, like, traveled by myself, so that would be kind of scary that my first trip would be to London, but, like...
I mean, that's fine.
It's fine. I am gonna travel without my parents for my spring break trip, though, so that's exciting.
Ooh.
We're going to LA with my orchestra.
I'm not going to LA. I'm also not an orchestra.
I know this.
So anyway, what's our next question, Katrina?
Our next question is from @QTheSparkle, and she asks, Rachel, what are you looking forward to the most at Disney World? And Trina, what color is sky? S-K-Y-E, sky, not S-K-Y, like the thing outside. I'm good at describing clearly.
I'm looking forward most to seeing how Harper reacts to, like, the characters and the crowds. Mainly the characters, but in part the crowds.
Mm-hmm. And Sky, if you want to see what color Sky is, you can check out her Instagram, Sky_the_pirate. Sky is
not know what color Sky is?
I do know what color Sky
color
is,
is
but
Sky?
I wanted to get the plug in again. She has lots of brown spots.
What color is she?
She is... Is it... Like, I know what it is. It's late. It's white with brown spots, right?
Yes.
Okay.
What about her ears?
She has the speckled ear, and you never know what to say when people say, I like her speckled ear, because you didn't make her, and so you're not like, hey.
What about
thanks.
her other ear? What color
Her
is
other
her
ear?
non-speckled ear?
Like the inside?
No, like the outside. So she has her speckled ear and her non-speckled ear. And she would like to contribute to this conversation, apparently.
Bring
from
her in.
downstairs.
Fight me, Sky. Please don't. I love you, actually.
Are you looking up her Instagram right now, you cheater?
No!
Show me your phone screen. You definitely just logged out.
No.
Katrina, show me your screen.
I'm laughing so hard. I'm actually on Snapchat. I was Snapchatting Mayani.
I don't believe you.
Says delivered.
Okay, but that doesn't
Also,
mean you
she
weren't
got
also checking Instagram. What is Sky's other ear?
It's brown.
Thank you. You definitely checked Instagram.
No. I was gonna say brown before anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Even if I did look it up.
For the record, it's like 10:30 and Sky is barking like that, so we love that. Our last question is from @DragonLance447, and they ask, what are your New Year's resolutions? Do I have to go on my rant about New Year's resolutions again?
Sure.
Or can we just copy-paste it from last year without actually me going and finding the audio and copy and pasting? We can pretend.
Do you want to rant again, or do you not?
I don't like New Year's resolutions. Having an arbitrary date to make a giant life change is not a reasonable way of bringing about change in your life. However, I do think there is some motivation to come with New Year's, because, like, New Year, New You, but also I hate that phrase, and I think it's incredibly tacky. I think it's okay to set goals for your year. I don't think resolutions, like, if you're a couch potato, I don't think saying, like, I'm gonna start going to the gym every day. Like, that's not gonna happen, bro. Or saying, people are either, like, way overconfident or way too vague. Like, I'm going to go to the gym more. Well, if you went 0 times last year, then going one time is more. But that's still not, like, a reasonable amount of time to go to the gym, you know?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think they're stupid.
Do you have any?
No.
Should we talk about the ones we have for the podcast?
Can we talk about them, like, after the new year?
After the new year? Sure.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know what I would say are my New Year's resolutions anyway. Like, even if I was making them. Because I know last year it was a huge thing for, like, everyone on the Bacon and Eggs Discord, where it was, like, be positive 2019. And I think I did that successfully.
I think you did.
Not necessarily, like, well, kind of positivity in general, but, like, more self-confidence.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I felt
Self-confidence
that in
has
myself, too.
definitely skyrocketed this year, which is, like, super huge.
Maybe it's because of this podcast.
Maybe. I mean, we also had the podcast last year, but
Not
it's our
quite as
first
long.
full calendar year that we've had the podcast.
That's wild.
Yeah, that's crazy. But I honestly don't know, because last year there was that whole thing, and I can't think of anything specifically I want to change, because I'm in a good place now, I think. I remember last year, at the beginning of last year, Rachel and I were trying to stay more hydrated, and I think I at least successfully did that.
I think I stayed more hydrated.
Yeah.
I don't think I stayed hydrated.
Yeah. More hydrated, like, more, going to the gym more.
Yes. I mean, I drank more than one water bottle in the year, but yes.
Yeah. I definitely did a better job in January, and then when Plant Nanny stopped working, then I kind of just like, and then I came up with the coping mechanism every time I was having like a panic or an anxiety attack to take a drink of water, which isn't necessarily the most healthy coping mechanism, but it helped me stay hydrated, and now I'm having less panic attacks. So, well, not panic attacks, that's not correct terminology, but I'm less anxious moments in general, yes. And so, which is a good thing because anxiety sucks.
Yep.
But also bad thing because now I'm not staying as hydrated. But I think I'm doing better at just drinking water when I feel that I'm thirsty. Instead of just waiting for something to happen. Like, normal people are like, you don't do that already? And I'm like, you have to, like, train yourself. It's weird. It's like Pavlov, but it's yourself and you know you're doing it. And you're just like, okay.
Katrina!
Yes, Rachel?
Maybe time for a favorite segment on this podcast. Let's go to bed. Let's take a BuzzFeed quiz.
Let's take a BuzzFeed quiz. It sure can.
Except it's not really a quiz. It's more of a checklist.
Yeah, it's more of a checklist this time, but I saw this one and I was really hoping you would choose it because as this is our last episode before the end of 2019, I thought this would be a cool one to do, and so I was glad that you picked it, but I'm also not really sure how we're going to do this and how many options there are. Actually, there are not as many as I thought there were.
So let's do switch off every 4?
Every 4, yeah. So, what is the BuzzFeed quiz this week?
The BuzzFeed quiz this week is how many of the decade's biggest trends did you participate in? Did you catch up with the man bun, fanny packs, and sneaker heels? So, it's just one question, and it's check off every major trend that you've tried out. Chokers, ombre hair, top knots, ponchos. None.
See, I don't really know what to say for, like, because I know man buns won later, but I don't know.
Maybe I did do a top. I'll click top knot.
Yeah, I don't know if I should do top knots, because...
Oh, wait, and it's the last decade, not the last year. Okay. That might change some of my answers later on.
I don't... What constitutes a top knot? Is it just putting your hair in a bun?
Not a bun.
I'm gonna say I haven't, because, like, the only time I've really put my hair up, because I, like, never put my hair up this decade before, like, this year and maybe last year, but the only things I usually do with my hair are, like, messy buns or ponytails, so... Anyway, the next 4 options are floppy hats, shutter shades, high-low dresses, and side-swept bangs.
I'm embarrassed by how many of these I'm clicking. Shutter shades, which I always stole from my sister, high-low dresses, and side-swept bangs.
One of the dresses that I almost chose for sophomore year homecoming was a high-low, but I chose not to because I didn't like it, because it made me feel like a peacock.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do side-swept bangs because back in 4th grade when I had the short hair, I tried to have side-swept bangs, and this is saying that we tried them out, and 4th grade me tried them out, not saying it successfully worked, but that's the only one I think I've tried, though. I mean, I tried the high-low dress, I just didn't. Should I click it?
Sure.
Yeah. Because I tried it, and it asked every major trend that you've tried out. It's not saying that you wore constantly.
That's true. Alright, so our next 4 are skybarking, and skybarking. Scrunchies, military-style jackets, tiny sunglasses, crop tops. I always really wanted a military-style jacket, but they never looked good on me. Sky, shut up. I love you, dearest, but shut it. Yes.
Anyway, I chose scrunchies because yes, I'm a visco girl. Actually, my mom got me a pack of scrunchies, and since I don't usually like wear them out of the house. Sometimes I do when I'm feeling lazy and I just throw my hair up in a bun and I don't want to like deal with it. But mainly I use it to keep my hair like not tangled after showers and stuff. That's been a huge thing for me this decade, is finding out how to deal with my hair because yikes, that took a while. I also chose crop tops because I don't necessarily wear crop tops all the time. I have like one crop top and I think I've worn it like
this episode, unless she starts barking again, in which case she will go to her KENNEL.
All right. I'm going to finish what I was saying. So, I don't really wear crop tops that much. I do have one in my closet that I've worn like a total of like 2 or 3 times. That definitely happened in the past like year because past me did not have the confidence for a crop top, but now I've gotten better, I think. So I chose scrunchies and crop tops for this one.
For this one, clicked
You
scrunchies.
Cannot say you didn't click scrunchies. You with your arm that you had like so many on.
Scrunchies and crop tops. Also, I would like to point out, I love that you said the confidence to wear a crop top, not the body to wear a crop top, because anyone body size can wear whatever. Stick a bikini on a body and it's a bikini body. Like, I know that's an old joke, but it's true. Don't let your body type define what you can and can't wear. Like, rock it. Who cares?
Who cares? If you have the confidence, because don't like go out in something that you wouldn't feel
not
comfortable wearing, but like don't let your body type define what you wear, basically.
Don't let it rule your life.
Anyway,
next question.
Is it my turn? I think it is.
Yeah.
All right. Next for our man buns, over the knee socks, skinny jeans, and platform sneakers.
Skinny jeans is the only one on here.
Yeah, me too, because we're not men, so we couldn't do man buns. I mean, if you have short hair, then you could do a man bun, but like...
That's just called a bun on women. But I guess if you're non-binary. But would you want to call it a man bun? I don't know. I'm too cis to answer that question. Alright, so I clicked skinny jeans.
Yeah, me too. That's it.
I think I have those jeans.
Those ones specifically?
Yes. I think those are American Eagle jeans, and I think I have them. They're my only pair of jeans without rips.
Because Rachel is edgy.
Sure. So our next question, or our next selection, is ballet flats, Ugg boots, wedge sneakers, or leopard print coats. I tried to get into ballet flats, and I tried to get into Ugg boots, except, like, Ugg boots are expensive, and I would always destroy boots, so we would get the off-brand, but I'm still counting it.
Yeah, we got the off-brand also. And I didn't try wedge sneakers, but I tried to be taller than all the boys in my classes by when I was wearing snow boots that I would stand on my tiptoes inside of them and say that was my natural height. Not sure how that came up, but like, that's what I did because I had to be taller than them, and now I just want to be short.
Alrighty then.
Anyway, so I clicked ballet flats and Ugg boots. Alright, the next 4 are bandage dresses, dad sneakers, high-waisted jeans, and high-waisted shorts.
High-waisted jeans, which I currently wear and rock, and high-waisted shorts, which I bought over the summer, but they, rode up a lot because I have my measurements are, like, bigger on top, and then my waist is really small, and then I'm bigger on bottom. So waists don't work on high-waisted stuff for me.
Yeah.
So they would just keep riding up, and that is not comfortable.
Yeah, I chose high-waisted jeans and high-waisted shorts. Probably more high-waisted shorts because my jeans aren't necessarily high-waisted, but I definitely rocked them on some Sims in Create a Sim. because I love high-waisted jeans on Sims. Oh my gosh.
All right, so our next options are
Sorry.
leggings, Oxford shoes, infinity scarves, or beanies.
Oh boy, they calling me out on this one. I could pull like I'm actually wearing a beanie currently. I could just pull like any infinity scarf out of my drawer, and then I put all my leggings away because I actually cleaned my room, but I did do leggings. I haven't done Oxford shoes though.
Same.
So I've done all of those except for Oxford shoes.
I would like to point out though, they showed jeggings as the picture, not leggings.
Disappointing.
Right? What's our next option set of choices? I don't know.
Our next options are studded heels, pleather skirts, faux fur, and plums? Peplums? I don't even know how to... Peplums? That's probably right.
Maybe? I'm guessing?
What is a peplum?
I don't know. I think it's the top that has, like, the skirty part.
A short section attached to a waistline of a blouse, jacket, or dress.
Yeah. I'm not checking any of these.
Yeah, me either.
So next up we have fanny packs, off-the-shoulder dresses, flannel shirts, and pattern tights. Freshman year, instead of buying, like, a variety of clothes for back-to-school shopping, I just got, like, 6 or 7 flannels and wore only that for, like, solid 6 or 7 months. So
yeah, I'm going with flannel also. I always wanted to get off the shoulder dresses, but like strapless bras are just so uncomfortable.
And they don't stay up.
Yeah. And then everybody, because I had friends that had off the shoulder dresses, and then they had like the pretty little lace bralettes, but those are expensive. So I just never got into those. So the only
I'm
one
going to tell you a
for this is
secret.
what?
Go to Aeropostale. They're cheap.
Well, I probably won't wear them now, but
That's fair. It's winter.
yeah. The only one I chose was flannels though.
Same.
All right. Next 4 are boat shoes, espadrilles. I feel so. Birkenstocks or wrap blouses. I really don't know how to pronounce the second one, but I just kind of went with it. So,
None of them.
I got off-brand Birkenstocks because like all of my friends at the old church that I went to were like, oh, get Birkenstocks, they're so comfortable, I wear them all the time. And I'm like, well, they also cost like a lot of money, so I'm not gonna
Big dollar
do that.
bills.
So yeah, I got off-brand Birkenstocks, so I'm counting them. And then I had one wrap blouse that I had like in middle school that I thought was so fancy, but also was the most uncomfortable thing ever because like the top would always like, because that was back when I was a cardboard box, and so it did not look good on me and it did not fit me, and so I was not comfortable in it. So I'm checking off Birkenstocks and wrap blouses for that one.
Alright, so our next set is fur-lined hooded coats, sequined dresses, pleated skirts, sock boots. I'm sorry, sock boots are hideous. You will not convince me otherwise.
I haven't worn any of these.
I picked fur-lined hooded coat, but I don't think it was like a conscious decision. I think it was the only like blue coat in the store, and it just so happened to be fur-lined. Like faux fur, obviously.
I know I had a faux fur lined hooded coat, but I think it was pre-2010.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna count it.
What's up next?
What's up next is button skirts, lace-up blouses, white sneakers, and puffy jackets.
White sneakers. Because I think I'm counting my white Converse in this.
There was this time in, like, 5th grade where I would wear a lot of jean skirts, but none of them were, like, button skirts. Also, by lace-up blouses, do the ones that have, like, the cross, like...
I don't think so.
Do they count? Okay.
I think they mean, like, full lace-up tops.
Yeah, because I do not have the confidence for that, and I don't think I ever will. I've never had a pair of strictly white sneakers because my mom did not want to have to wash our shoes, and so
That's fair.
I'm going with puffy jackets because
I think all the puffy jackets I had were prior to 2010, because around 2010 I got really into ski jackets because they're like thinner but they're still warm.
I loved ski jackets, but honestly, like for like winter, because winter in my state is like super crazy, like
year round.
One day it'll be like year round. The weather in my state is just
frightful.
Frightful.
Is the fire delightful?
Is so delightful.
And
it's
copyright.
No place to go.
Also, I think we're opposed to that song now.
Precipitation.
Next up, we have fishnets, underpants, puffy vests, anything velvet, or shoes, or shoes with bows on them. Puffy vests. I still wear puffy vests. I love them.
I had a weird phase in, like... I remember there was one year for my parents' anniversary, my brother and I did this, like, show thing, where I had those, like, magic books that you would pick up at the, like, children's section of the library, and it's like, these tricks will blow everyone's mind or whatever, and so
You mean
my brother and I...
clickbait on YouTube?
But my brother and I both had puffy vests when we were doing this show for our parents' anniversary, and we were performing magic tricks, and they were so good. But I have pictures, like, still on my parents' Facebook pages of me and my brother wearing puffy vests and I think my brother was wearing a fedora with his puffy vest. What a fashion statement.
Oh my.
I'm gonna try and find that and send it to you later.
So all I checked was puffy vests. What are our next options?
Our next options are jumpsuits, rompers, cuffed jeans, and turtlenecks.
Rompers and cuffed jeans. I cuff my jeans every day because I'm short. And if I get, like, a size lower, then it's too short and too small. If I get a size bigger, then it's too big and definitely too long. And you'd think, Rachel, just get the shorts, like the short length in your size. And those are too short. I'm between normal and short, so I just cuff my jeans. Being 5'3" is not fun.
I chose jumpsuits because I've been, like, all of these I've been getting into in the past, like, 2 years.
But also, you have a lot more control over your style now. It used to be, like,
That's
whatever
true.
your mom would let you pick out.
Yeah. So jumpsuits, rompers, and turtlenecks, but it was a lot earlier in the decade. I do not wear turtlenecks anymore. I still have one turtleneck that's still in my closet, but, like, I think I've had that exact turtleneck since 3rd grade, and it still fits me.
That's impressive. Alright, so what are our last two?
Our last two are high-cut swimsuits and bucket hats.
Nope. And nope.
Nope.
Show me my results.
How many did you check off?
20 of 58.
Me too.
Huh.
I guess we like, didn't have all of the exact same ones, but...
Interesting.
We had similar things. Do you want to read the description, or do you want me to?
I can. When it came to the biggest fashion trends of the past decade, it looks like you pretty much went along with the flow on all the inescapable stuff. The skinny jeans, the flannel, the infinity scarves. But you also made sure you spent a lot of time carving out your own inimitable
Imitatable.
Inimitatable sense of style, too. And we'd say that was time well spent. You checked more than 51% of quiz takers.
Okay.
Interesting. Anything else we need to talk about this week, or can I go to bed?
Make sure, if you haven't already, this is just a reminder, you can go fill out the survey. It'll be in the description. Also, while you're down in the description, you could check out our Patreon page if you're not already a patron of Perspective Z. Our Discord
You're not already
is...
a website.
If you're not already a website. If you're not already, you should check out our Discord tier that we strongly recommend. That's where we take a lot of BuzzFeed quizzes and share our results with people and talk about how either accurate or inaccurate they are.
And it's fantastic.
It's fantastic. It's a lot of fun. So that's the $5 a month tier on Patreon. If you want to join us, that would be super cool. It'd be cool to talk to you about life, I guess. But yeah, I think that's all I have for this week's episode.
All right. In that case,
this has been another episode of Perspective Z. That's been Rachel.
That's been Katrina.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Toodles.
Go Hokies.